Okay, I've set up the AI factory infrastructure now. Should I get in an outside vendor or outside ISVs to help build my use cases, the platforms, get everything up and running to deliver value? Should I have my in-house teams do it? Because there are a lot of open source libraries out there right now, right?
Yeah.
So a big challenge they face is this tug of war between the internal teams saying we can do it as well, and we can pick up a bunch of open source libraries like a Crew or a LangGraph, or should we get these, there are plethora of vendors out there, should we get a vendor in? So how do you see that landscape?
I think there is no right or wrong here, but think about it from this perspective. The landscape is changing so fast, right? We just spoke about ChatGPT. It's like just 2 years, right? But it looks like a long time.
Yeah.
Now, when the landscape is changing so fast, our recommendation to the enterprises is you better have an expert besides you who will think with you at the center of the entire solution, right?
Who has exposure.
Who has exposure. Now, what we have tried to enable as part of our ecosystem is AI service providers like Fluid AI, who understand the AI factory framework, who understand the stack, like the NIMs and the entire SDKs and libraries that we have all open source. Now Dynamo, we can talk about it later. But so these AI service providers are essentially enabled to support the customer's requirement, because they not only understand the stack completely, they also have experience in working with multiple customers.
True.
Right? So they have solved these issues, they have encountered these issues. So rather than the organization completely depending on their internal teams and going through the trial and error again,
correct,
I think they should have an expert on their side and then let the internal teams pick up things.
Correct, yeah.
So I'm not averse to the internal teams working besides the experts, but completely depending on internal teams sometimes might lead to either a very high time to market, or a lot of resource going into failing and then learning and
reinventing the wheel.
When you have someone who has dealt with the situations earlier, it's better to leverage, and that's where the concept of AI service providers comes in, because we recognize that it is very difficult for an enterprise organization who is in the business of banking, who is in the business of manufacturing something, or who is in the business of healthcare and so on and so forth, to have all the skills internally to build this out. And hence the AI service provider ecosystem helps them go faster and get their AI up and running.
Got it.